Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome back to another manga review. And today we're going to take a look at Eden Zero Volume 3 from Hiro Mashima. And I hope you guys checked out my reviews of the first two volumes because I'm loving this series so far. I did two reviews last week. I'm going to try and do two reviews of this series every week until I get caught up. I think Volume 11 just came out, so I got some reading to do, but you know, the series is good. You can breeze right through it and it's a lot of fun, let me tell you. So the first volume, essentially, we'll give you some quick recap. The first volume introduced us to Shiki and Rebecca and Happy, the main protagonists of our story here. You got Shiki on the cover. And then in the last volume, you had more action going on. They were on a quest to find this Professor Y. Steiner, who fixed Happy way back when and was, a sort of mentor to Rebecca. So they went to the planet Norma to seek him out. And they found the younger version of him, 50 years younger. And there was all sorts of time travel shenanigans because this thing known as a chronophage attacked the planet Norma and basically destroyed it and left it set 50 years in the past. So they recruited this younger version of Wee Steiner. They met a little robot android thing called Pino, who Mashima mentioned he wanted to make her the mascot, sort of like how Happy was the mascot for Fairy Tail, but he didn't know how to do it in the first volume, so he saved Pino for the second volume. And then they managed to escape planet Norma after fighting this bad guy named Sabir. And you learn that actually Shiki, he can use the ether gear. You saw that in volume 1, but also Whis can use ether gear. And actually Happy is a cyborg and can turn into ether gun blasters that Rebecca uses. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, they made their way off planet Norma and then were attacked by Elsie Crimson and the Space Pirates. But it turned out Elsie Crimson, it wasn't her. She sent like a robot version of herself and had this ship here right there, which belonged to the Demon King Ziggy, who had raised Shiki on the planet Granbell many years ago. It was like the robot, and he had gone on a quest to find Mother, but failed, and is given the ship to Shiki now to find Mother. And that's essentially the quest of our story here, the Warship of the Demon King. So here's Mashima with his fan servicey drawings, and let me tell you, This volume in particular has a lot of that's for sure. But it starts off here, like I said, just a little recap. Here's all the planets they've been to. It started off on Granbell. They made their way to the Blue Garden, which is like the guild planet with all the other beat-cubers. So Rebecca, she's also a beat-cuber. She makes like YouTube videos and stuff. And that's actually relevant to this volume here. So Pino was abused by this bad guy named Sabir, and had ripped Pino's leg off and wiped the memory of her former master. And actually, the former master is the Demon King Ziggy, who raised Shiki on planet Granbell. And, they have the ship now, and they got to clean it up because there was all these, octopus-like creatures attacking them and stuff. And like I said, the whole fan servicey stuff. So, Rebecca is bathing in this water here, and she actually, you see how she has all these markings on her. That's the ether gear taking hold of her, and she has the powers that Shiki has now too. And then they change outfits, and this is, I guess, going to be like their outfit throughout the whole anime now, or the manga rather. You see on the cover, that's what he's wearing. Same thing with Rebecca Weiss and Pino down there. So there's also like a little cliffhanger where they saw like a robot being awakening at the end. It was the cliffhanger, and she shows up here. I am Witch of the Demon King's 4 shining stars. And you see on her forehead there, it says E4. And she mentioned that there's 4 of the shining stars, and we need them to essentially, control the ship. The interstellar warship known as Eden Zero. Oh, there it is. The Demon King Ziggy's ship. And actually, this is the abbreviation for Eden's. The Ether Drive Eternal Navigation Ship. And she's essentially the pilot of the ship and does diagnostics and repairs and things of that nature. So, she's gonna see Shiki on his quest. So, they're basically that's their goal now, to find these people to operate the Eden Zero and find Mother. And then here we go with the fan servicey stuff. So Rebecca's getting like a massage here. And she's talking about the massage. You got to read this right here. I offer oil massage, electric massage, and mind-numbing torture and pleasure massage. Which would you like? Not the last one, but Happy's like, I'll take the last one. Look at this. Oh, it's amazing. And I don't know, man. She's just getting a massage there. Like, and then a frontal one. So there you go. There's Mashima at work there. But anyway, so Shiki's talking to Pino here saying, well, we're going to help you remember all your past memories. I'm the new master now because, like I said, the Demon King was Pino's former master. And they make their way back here to the Blue Garden where they're talking to Lobelia. She's like the top tier B-cuber, and Rebecca is just a pleb, you know? She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't get any views or whatever. And then you see like this shadowy figure down here. And this is Lobelia's like entourage here. And this guy shows up. Looks like the one of the ninjas from Naruto. Target identified. Sister, I will now execute the mission. Uh-oh, who's this dude? So, you know, they're all talking about going on their adventure. And Lobelia's getting attacked by this guy now. And look at this one dude. The one bodyguard. Doesn't he look like Chemo from Yu-Gi-Oh? The guy with the hair. Attention, duelist, my hair. You know, that's what he looks like to me. But, you know, this guy makes quick work of him, of all the bodyguards. And he actually has ether gear as well. And he's like part robot. You see he's got cybernetic arms, robotic arms. And, of course, Shiki comes to save the day. They have a battle. And he's talking about, once again, the power of friendship. And because Lobelia's like, why'd you save me? I was making fun of Rebecca. And you were, you know, telling me not to make fun of her. And he's like, well, I got to step in here and save the, you know, save the princess. But great artwork. The good thing of this book is there's like terrific action sequences and all sorts of other great stuff. So then it cuts over here to planet Gilst. Forgive me if the pronunciations. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard like these words said before. But you see this guy here, and he's like the head bad guy. Iliga is his name. They haven't mentioned him here, what his name is, but that's his name. They mention it later. And he's, you know, essentially kidnapping all these beekeepers. And you see, he's using them. He's sitting on them. He's like Jabba the Hutt. He's got them all as his slaves, and they're all naked. So he's, he wants to add them all to his collection, and it shows Rebecca there. So in the midst of all this, they'd also mentioned that Rebecca is on her way to meet the guild master, and, you know, everyone's sidetracked here. I don't know where Weiss went, or Weiss. I gotta get his name right. He went off somewhere. Shiki's protecting Lobelia, and Rebecca's going to see the guild master. So, like I said, they're having a great battle here. This guy, the ninja, who we don't know his name yet. We know his name later. I'll reveal that as we get to it. But he has, like, wind ether powers that he can use. The windstorm slash! And he starts attacking all these innocent people. And Shiki, you know, Shiki is probably powerful enough to beat him. I mean, he's shown it before. But he wants to see all the innocent people. Doesn't want to get it hurt. So he starts protecting all the flying cars. And then he makes his way back to the Blue Garden and sees that Happy's been, you know, attacked. He's missing an arm, an ear. And they say, what happened? We went to the Guildmaster's room and this weird guy attacked. The next thing I know, Rebecca and the Guildmaster were gone. What do I do? And then he shuts down. Poor guy. So Shiki remembers the ninja guy, and he's like, oh, he's got to be a part of it. We got to go find him. And then it cuts to this woman for some reason. As they're talking, well, Shiki's just screaming like a lunatic. We're going to the Eden Zero. This woman says Eden Zero and, you know, is listening, I guess. So they're on this ship here. The ninja guy, I guess, kidnapped all these people, all these young ladies. You got Rebecca and all sorts of other, you know, the beecubers. You got the one who, like, eats. I guess they have, like, streamers who do that, huh? And, you know, all the other people, and this dude shows up. Crying ain't gonna get you out of here. Girls belong to the great and powerful sister now. And I don't know what the deal is with this, how, like, you know, you see how this is drawn, and obviously it's the same thing with Mashima, but the art looks a little different here. Looks very nice. But, you know, here's a great drawing of the whole team right there in their new space outfits. And this is cool, too. They shared this. This is like fan drawings. I guess, you know, I learned, too, in the afterword, this is a weekly manga. So Mashimo does this every week. For drawing like this every week, absolutely terrific. And, you know, whatever magazine it's in, I don't know if it's in Shonen Jump or not. It's probably not, because this is by Kandosha, or Kandansha, however you pronounce it. So these guys reveal that they're part of the mercenary squad, Rogue Out. And they have all their names. Mosca, what's his name? Ganoth. And then the other ninja guy. So they all show off and basically torturing them all. And then this guy who you saw, the ninja guy, Jin, that's his name. So they're all saying they're going to take him to Ilega. And, oh yeah, this is cool too. They're talking about all their subscribers. And Rebecca only has 105 subscribers. What is going on? How does she only have that few? So they're on their quest on the Eden Zero. And, you know, Shiki thought he was just by himself. Or, yeah, Rebecca needs us. He's on the ship. And then all of a sudden, he turns around and he sees Whis and this girl. And she says her name is Humara. And he's like, well, what are you guys doing here? And she mentions that, you know, she knows he's the Demon King's son. And in exchange, I will assist you in rescuing your captured comrade, even if it should cost my life. So she wants to basically have a battle with the Demon King at some point, is what she says. But she's going to assist him for now, so we'll see what happens there. So she shows off that she has ether gear as well. And they're like, whoa, everyone has ether gear. What's going on? So they make their way to the planet here, the planet Gilst. And this is all the beekeepers now. They got them all chained up. I mean, you know, Mashima's got some, like, weird kink stuff going on. So they're taking him over to Ilega, like I said, right here. Ilega Tower, welcome. He's just a giant frog, you know. So, and he shows, you know, what he's actually capable of. He's like, oh, you're going to be my slaves. And he brings this one poor girl out there, you know, just humiliating herself like that. And she's just pleading for her life. This gets really, really dark here, let me tell you. Let me go, I'm not ready to die. And then he, like, pours this, no, he zaps him. I thought it was water, but no, he zaps her. And she turns to stone. And he says, I'm going to turn you all into furniture. And he just turns her to stone. And it's going to be like his little prize. And like, look at that face there. Holy shit. It's like some dark stuff right there. Would I ever spare you? What the hell? And then he has all this like bubble magic going on. And basically it evaporates their clothes. So they're all naked now. And they're on their quest here to make their way. And actually, Weiss here actually repaired Happy. So that's cool. Shows, you know, he's sort of, you know, there's a lot of Star Wars references here. Because they actually mentioned that when they made their way here, where is it? Right here, yeah. The planet is a hive of scum and villainy. And Tatooine, the guy reminds you of Jabba the Hutt. And they sort of, you know, portray him as the Han Solo type character, right? And so he repairs Happy, and he's, you know, he acts cold, but he's all about the babes, you know, because he was mentioning before that, yeah, I'm teaming up with this hot babe now, and in the last one, he was going after Elsie Crimson because she was a hot babe, right? So then they make their way to Rogue Out. This is the mercenary hideout, and this voice starts talking to him and says, "I'm Sister, the leader of Rogue Out," and which from before the navigation system, the cyborg who came out of Eden Zero had mentioned that she's one of the 4 shining stars, but here it looks like she's a villain. So what's up with that? So she's like, "Oh no, the deal's already been done." She brings all her mercenaries out here to attack him. And, Shiki starts fighting away. Great artwork, great action. Terrific stuff right there. So then Humara here, actually, they're firing a heat-seeking missile at Shiki, and Humara pulls out this blade. And it's an ether blade, an ether sword. And she cuts the missile in half, and she says it's the soul blade, and then turns it into 2 separate swords there, and just goes to town with these guys. Holy crap. Good stuff right there. So basically, she's fighting all the soldiers, and Shiki's on his way to save Rebecca. So, and then all of this is going on. She kills them all, right? Is that the best you can do, mercenaries? The blade is not even sated. Wow. What is she? Please tell me she's not dangerous. Oh, but that is one nice backside. Good stuff right there. So then you got Jin again, and he's sort of, he sees Shiki's coming right there. And then this guy, this is Moscow, and he like flies away. It's just some weird shit right here. Hop, 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 hop. And he starts like waving his hands, and he starts flying. It's like, what the hell's going on there? So Rebecca comes up with this plan. She had mentioned that this, the bubbles had made her clothes disappear. So it's like, oh, is anyone wearing glass accessories? We can manifest glass from all the bubbles. So they make a pyramid to climb up to the window, because of course there's a glass window, and Rebecca's able to break out. And then Elega shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat you now. How'd you get out?" So it'll be interesting because the anime is going on right now. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this episode with all the nudity and whatnot. Because it is on Netflix, I think. It's just in Japan. There isn't an English dub yet, but I'm sure there will be soon. So anyway, Shiki to the rescue. He saves the day, of course, and just kicking everybody's ass to save his friend. I don't think girlfriend quite yet, even though he is constantly staring at her. And he saves the day. And then Jin shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I told you to meet me at Gilston. Here you are. We're going to have an epic battle. I'm here to protect my team. This is a battle." And then, so they're having their battle there. It's getting close to the end here. And then it cuts to Humara and Weiss over there, and she had just killed all those mercenaries. And it looks like this dude's going to fire a shot at her backside, and then boom! Weiss fires right at her head. Saves the day, and then he's pointing the gun at her, and he's like, "Well, I saw the damage you could do. Are you going to do that to me?" Well, no. And yeah, this guy, Moscow, whatever his name is, he starts flying over here to, the headquarters where Sister is. And Weiss makes quick work of him. And that's that. And then, here we are for the cliffhanger. So back at the Eden Zero ship, Witch here, she's looking at all these emergency alerts. And she says, "It's a chronophage! A chronophage is on its way to Gilst!" And if you guys remember from the last volume, a chronophage was what destroyed the planet Norma. And they got to leave quick then, to be continued. So then Mashima gives a nice afterword here. He mentions in here that this is a weekly manga. And to me, that's surprising as hell because, how good the artwork is. It's terrific. And he does this every week. And it's essentially, it's, let's go to the first page here. They're like 20 pages each, right? Yeah, give or take. 20 pages each a week. Absolutely terrific. And it's the same artist, same creator. And you look at American comics, and those guys, they're changing artists every month. So then he mentions here about his other series like Rave Master. He mentioned that he had a whole outline to the series. Fairy Tale, he just knew the backstories and went with it. And this, it's a mix of both. He sort of knows where he wants to go, but it's sort of week to week for him. So, and one of my commenters actually, Manga is the name of the user. He mentioned Raid Master and said it was a good work to check out. So maybe I will after this. But can't complain. I'm loving this series. Like I said, we're up to volume 11 released in the US now. And I'm going to try and review 2 a week. And I'm loving it. So I can't wait to read volume 4. I hope you guys check out my review of that coming soon. So thanks everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We'll see you next time.